started tracking my habits about 6 months ago. As you can see on the wall, I put up all 6 of the habit trackers. But why I did this in the first place is the question. When I first started my habit trackers, I was already in self-improvement for 10 months. So why did I all of a sudden decide to start making habit trackers? I was really tired of just not seeing progress, not seeing that I was getting better in life. And originally I was tracking it on my phone or my computer, and nothing stuck. No habits were sticking, and I was waking up late. I had a summer job, and that summer job was dying off slowly but surely. And in August of 2023, I decided to actually start tracking my habits to see where I was at. And when I first made this, I had no intention of okay, I'm gonna do this next month. I was just okay, I'm gonna just do this month and see where I'm at. And I just put down 4 habits. Yeah, I put down 4 habits, and I was just I just want to see what I can do this month. And then I just took it step by step. But in this video, I'm gonna give you 4 lessons that I've learned from tracking my habits over the past 6 months. The first one being is you can change the direction of your life in 6 months. In August of 2023, I came off of doing affiliate marketing for 10 months with only results of making $100. I only really made 10 sales doing affiliate marketing for 10 months. And really all I was doing it for was just for the money. It wasn't for anything else. And towards August, towards the end of the summer, I really began to question what I was doing with my life. I was like, is this really, I have no time to read books. I have no time to improve myself. All I'm doing is just fucking making, building up brands on social media and just making fucking videos for people. And no one knows who I am. It felt so it felt like a bitch job, to be honest. I felt like a bitch. And it had nothing to do with my purpose. And then the question was, okay, what is my purpose? And in August, August and September, I had a really tough time trying to find purpose. And with that, I came across okay, I want to try to do YouTube because I always wanted to do YouTube. So in August and September, it was a time where I was okay, I need to find my purpose and set a new direction. I totally changed from the way I was doing things in August to the way I'm doing things now. All my habits are different. I totally shifted the direction of where I'm going in life just by tracking my habits and making the right choices every single day towards my goals. It's important that I tell you that you can change in 6 months, because a lot of people it does take a lot of time, but you can change the direction of where you're going. Out of high school, I came out of high school like a degenerate. I was smoking weed all the time. I was just fucking doing nothing with my life, and I just had no purpose. And then I went on self-improvement, and still it was just I feel like it wasn't enough. I wasn't really living to my fullest potential. So I sat down with myself. I was just okay, we're gonna start tracking our habits and making the right choices every day towards something. It was a little foggy at first, but now I kind of have a clear idea of what I want to go towards. So if you're out there and you're really struggling, you want direction, you want purpose, start thinking with yourself. Go into solitude and get rid of everything and start thinking to yourself, what do you actually want? Because you can change your life in 6 months. I truly believe that if you sat down with yourself for maybe 2 or 3 days with no input, maybe just a pencil and paper, you can figure out what you want in life, down to the T. And it might not seem all perfect now. You might not be able to figure it out all now, but that's not the point. It's starting to figure out step by step, going towards the right direction instead of just walking off randomly. The time when I wouldn't track my habits, I was just I felt like I was just a feather in the wind. I didn't know, I didn't have a solid base. I was just doing this. Oh, I was doing this because this was good. I was doing this because this was good. I was just doing things just because I thought they were just good, which is fair enough, but that's level 1 stuff. If you want to get to the next level, it's good to measure your habits and get down to the bottom of why you are not doing all the things you're supposed to be doing. The next lesson that I've learned along this 6 months journey was your actions have consequences. And when you hear of a consequence, people think it's a bad thing, but it could also mean a good thing, because if you make the good choices over a long period of time, you'll get good results. If you make the bad choices over a long period of time, you get the bad results. It really is all that simple to think about. All you have to do is make the right choices every single day, because our lives are made up of choices. like we choose to scroll on social media for hours. We choose to dive into like a fantasy novel and just like eliminate our reality and go into there. And like we choose to eat the junk food. We choose to not do anything. So it's like choose to do the right things. What I mean by your actions have consequences, it's like, for example, before I even started my habit tracker, I was waking up at like 11 a.m., not p.m., 11 a.m. I was waking up at noon every morning. It's like I was just sleeping in like a bum, and I was just staying up all night. And so I wanted to completely change that. And I was literally a night owl all my life. I would literally pull all-nighters. I would stay up all night. I wouldn't be able to sleep. And by doing the habit tracker, I totally shifted that whole thing over. I'm now a morning person. I now associate myself as a morning person. So what I did was, how can I tie in actions have consequences, is I woke up like every single morning between 6 and 7 a.m. every single morning for months. And the consequence of that was becoming a morning person. And you can tie this in with a lot of things. What you can do is you can put on your habit tracker, okay, I want to be a YouTuber, so upload daily. And if you upload it daily for a whole month, let's say the month has 30 days, you'll have 30 videos out, and you can now associate yourself as a YouTuber regardless of views, likes, and subscribers. You could also tie this in with like starting with the gym. Like on your habit tracker, put, okay, I'm gonna go to the gym for 6 days every single week. And then after a whole month, you look at that, okay, it's like I am now a bodybuilder. I am someone who works out. Out of these actions, it's not just results, it's the person that you come out of doing all of this. 6 months ago, I didn't even have a thought in my head about starting YouTube. It was until like September, like 5 months ago, I was just like, okay, like I might start, might not. But 6 months ago, I didn't even have the thought in my head. I didn't even know, because I was just like, I was so into like entrepreneurship and business just because I wanted to make money so I can be free. And then it was just like that was like the missing puzzle pieces. What do I want to do after I become free? That was the puzzle piece I was missing to kind of understanding my purpose. So your actions have consequences. If you eat like shit for a whole month or multiple months, you'll probably feel like shit, look like shit, and your life will be shit. It all correlates together. Your actions have consequences. That is something that like we've been told ever since like we were little. Oh, your actions have consequences, which is so true. But with this whole like idea in our head of actions have consequences, you can make your life good. It's not about being bad. It's about making the right choices every single day. You have the power to change your life. You have the power to make the right choices. So make the right choices and do it out of self-love, self-respect. Like, okay, I want to get better for myself and for the ones around me who I love. The next lesson I learned was future thinking. You see, a lot of us, we think day by day. We wake up, okay, what's happening that day? What do I have to do like the next hour? Which is fair enough, right? You're living in the present moment. Imagine if we thought a couple years ahead. Imagine if we thought a year ahead. Where do I want to be in a year from now? Where do I want to go? And as I started making these habit trackers, the third month in, I was like, okay, if I put like upload YouTube videos on my habit tracker for a couple months, I'll most likely have good results if I upload it daily. And it's like, I was thinking 3 months ahead, 6 months ahead, etc. I was thinking a little bit far ahead. It's like, okay, if I work out every single day for 5 years, regardless, like I will have a good physique if I do everything right. It's just like when you think in the future, you have a direction, you start walking towards that. So it's really good to have a kind of sense of future thinking, because in a lot of books that I've read, it always talks about thinking ahead, thinking in the future, because that's where we get point A to B. That's where we get to point B, because we always know what point A is, but to point B, then you fill in the gap between the two. Future thinking also kind of ties in with your future self, because your future self, he lives in the future, or he, she, whatever. That person is in the future looking back at you, because he knows what you did. He knows everything about you, but you don't really know much about him. But you kind of have an idea. He knows you more than you know him. So think about it. If you make the bad choices, he's gonna end up reaping like those bad choices, because you reap what you sow. So if you just plant seeds, good seeds, he will be the harvester of good results. So, like a lot of like religious teachings, they teach this concept of you sow what you reap what you sow. So with that in mind, with the future thinking, we have to plant seeds day by day in people's minds, in our life, in our lifestyle, in our business, in everything, in school. Plant these seeds slowly but surely. Seeds are choices, and these choices get results. It's the input that you put in. The input, the choices, and the sowing are all linked together, because then what you get the outcome. You get the reaping, the harvest, the good results, and so on. You get these good things just by future thinking, planting ahead. You look ahead and you look at now, and you're like, okay, how can I set up my future self's life now? How can I do good for him now? How can I set him up for the future? It's almost like that concept of like trying to like retire. Like you put money into an investment account like right now so your future self can reap the rewards of like a lot of money for retirement or whatever. It's the same concept of future thinking. So I tell you right now to think ahead, think far ahead. Don't be afraid to daydream and visualize where you want to go, because what you don't realize is like in our bodies, in our minds, we have this like goal striving mechanism that allows us to walk forward towards point B. Humans are always looking towards point B, so set the right point B instead of not having a direction, because you're going to end up somewhere that you didn't even want to be in. And unfortunately, that's what I did with affiliate marketing for 10 months. I was thinking, okay, maybe in 1 month. I wasn't thinking that far ahead. I was thinking, okay, yeah, if I do this for a couple months, like I might make some money. I'm gonna be rich, right? It's like I actually was like fucking like brainwashed with that get rich quick scheme stuff. I really did fall for that. Thinking back to it now, it's like I'm glad I went through that experience, because now I know to think even far ahead and plant good seeds now. The next lesson I'm going to go into is building routines and building systems. This has helped me so much to kind of knock off my habits for the days, because I added my habits in the morning and added my habits at night. You see a lot of people, they follow like a lot of these successful people, they have like these daily routines that they follow throughout the day. But I tell you right now, as beginners, we have school, we have work, we have like family events, we have these like scenarios that in our life that kind of take us away from our purpose and our goals, which is fine. Like we have to be ready to have these things come into our life and kind of change a direction a little bit. But you have the power to, you wake up in the morning and you go to sleep at night. That is in your control. So what can you do in the morning and at night that you can kind of put on your habits and you can kind of knock off? What I suggest like in the morning is like you do like more, okay, you can make your bed in the morning, you can hydrate, you can journal, you can kind of read in the morning, you can meditate, you can stretch, you can do a bunch of things in the morning. Make a little morning routine for yourself and build a system so you can achieve your habits for the month. Because it's like, it's all about making things easier. Like when we build these systems in place, it's so it's like frictionless when we go and do them. Because if we just woke up and we're like, okay, I want to do these things, but when, what time, when are we going to do it? And then at that point, we use our brain to kind of procrastinate. I'd be like, I'll do it later. And all of a sudden, it's 10 p.m. at night and you have to do all 6 of your habits. It doesn't make sense. What I did is I built a system in the morning and built a system at night. I went to bed at the same time and woke up at the same time. I woke up extra early too, even if I had something, like, you know how like when we were kind of younger, like when we'd have like something, we have like an event at like 9 a.m. But we'd be like, okay, since I have an event at 9 a.m., I have to wake up at like, okay, 8 a.m. But it's like, regardless of that, don't do that. Just wake up at the same time every day and go to bed at the same time every day. Therefore, your number one, your sleep schedule will be better. And also you can build a system and you can get your body used to waking up and going to bed. And you can have control of the morning, have control of the night. At nighttime, what I like to do is read, stretch, reflect, and like wind myself down, turn off all my lights. It kind of gets me ready to go into sleep mode. Don't overcomplicate your routines though, morning and night. Kind of start with one. Start with either nighttime or the morning, because I mean, if you want to have a good morning, you gotta have a good night. So start with a good night and then have a good morning, and put those habits that you want to do every day in those time periods, and then you'll be good. You'll be set. And then you do that for a long period of time, you will reap good results. And with that, just so I don't forget, in the link in the description, I have a community in Discord that we talk about. It's called The Guild, and we talk about habit trackers, we talk about self-improvement, we talk about a lot of things in there. We help each other grow and improve, and I would love for you to join. You can go in there, ask questions, do whatever. So it's in the link in the description if you want to join. I'll be active in there, so will a lot of other members be. So go click and join. Also, if you need help building habits and you need help kind of changing direction of your life, what you can do is you can hop on a free call with me for 30 minutes. It's in the link in the description, and we can hop on a call and we can get things going forward for you. And with that, continue your journey and keep moving forward.